What's the difference between fiat and cryptocurrencies? The word fiat comes from Latin and in English was transformed into faith. Fiat money means that the money is not worth anything in itself physically, its only worth is that you have faith that you will be able to exchange it for something else in the future. In that context, cryptocurrencies are also technically fiat currencies. To sum up differences between traditional and crypto fiat currencies depends on actual implementation. 1. Traditional currency is issued by some central body, a central bank, which has the authority to create or remove the currency from circulation. The risk is that the issuer is in the short term motivated to print more money, which dilutes the value of the currency for anybody who holds it. This is not the case for example with Bitcoin, where the creation of new coins cannot be controlled by anybody individually, and is very predictable. But not all crypto coins are created equal, some have centralized authority that can control them much like a central bank, but this would be a fringe minority. 2. Cryptocurrencies exist only in digital form. Classical currencies also have physical coins and banknotes. Digital records of classical currencies are maintained by specific institutions, such as banks. Records of cryptocurrencies are usually distributed across large peer-to-peer networks. This necessitates a different approach to security and encryption, hence the name crypto. The first point is actually the crux of the matter, the fact that supply of a currency cannot be manipulated, the transfers are not regulated and offer a high degree of anonymity, that cryptocurrencies defy governments and authorities. This is the major factor for people who actually want to use crypto for transactions. Another side of the coin is that government collects taxes in its own currency, so you will have to have it, because the government will come and ask for taxes. There is no such driver in cryptocurrencies that would literally force you to obtain them, and the currency is also legislated to be legal tender, meaning that it can be legally used to extinguish any debt. If somebody owes you a car, and he has no car to give you, he can legally extinguish the debt by giving you money that is legal tender instead. Again, cryptocurrencies do not hold this special status of legal tender. You might agree to settle the debt by getting BTC instead of the car, but with money it can be done even if you don't agree to the change. Legal tender status is another appeal of traditional money. As an ever-increasing number of transactions become digitized and physical money is utilized less, the normal individual might be confounded by the contrasts between fiat cash, digital fiat money, and cryptographic money. While thinking about the ramifications of cryptocurrency, it is imperative to comprehend the fundamental history of cash. Before going into what fiat cash is and how it varies from crypto, we should initially underline the various sorts of money. Cash, in a nutshell, as a money can for the most part be depicted as a mode of exchange to buy merchandise and enterprises or to move esteem. Verifiably, there are three fundamental sorts of cash: commodity, representative, and fiat. How does cryptocurrency is different from the fiat currency? Like fiat currency, cryptocurrency can be utilized as a vehicle of exchange. The fundamental distinction is that not normal for a fiat money that is given by a national bank or government, digital currency isn't given or constrained by a focal body. Governments and banks can choose to print new fiat cash when times call for it. The Bitcoin arrange has a limited measure of coins to be given after some time, and this approach will never show signs of change. Implications of cryptocurrency on fiat currency: the strength of any fiat money comes from the quality of the administration or bank that issues it. While the aim of fiat money is to be steady, we have found in the midst of downturn and fast swelling this isn't generally the situation. Lately, for instance, the nation of Venezuela has been hit with hyperinflation, recording a yearly expansion pace of at any rate 60,000% in 2018. Contrast that with the expansion pace of the United States for 2018, assessed to be around 2%. A few distributions and market analysts even gauge the expansion rate in Venezuela as a lot higher, with the IMF assessing more than 1 million%. The explanation behind these exceptional contrasts in assessments can incompletely be credited to the gigantic extent of expansion. With hyperinflation, the extent of inflation is extreme to such an extent that when ascertaining it, a little change in computation can bring about a tremendous contrast in estimation. The distinction can likewise be ascribed to the non-straightforward nature of governments with regards to money-related arrangement. This isn't the situation with cryptocurrencies. One of the fundamental offers of Bitcoin is its transparency. We realize what number of coins are in presence, and have a record of each transaction on the blockchain. In the midst of fast expansion, individuals need the capacity to change over their riches to an increasingly steady store of significant worth, or hazard losing immense measures of significant worth just by letting their fiat cash sit. This speaks to another gigantic explanation: cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are significant. Since there is no national bank or government to change Bitcoin's financial arrangement, the computerized cash fills in as a getaway from unified money that can be dependent upon poor monetary strategy. While today isn't the situation because of Bitcoin's long transaction times and enormous value variances, yet it's conceivable that during times of fast inflation, residents can rush to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to verify their riches, much the same as they as of now do with gold. Until Bitcoin develops and the value turns into an increasingly steady store of significant worth, stable coins like Tether may end up being important for this situation. While Tether is attached to the US dollar, it in any event speaks to an effective route for individuals experiencing expansion to move an incentive to an increasingly steady government-provided money.